So I actually made this video a little while back ago, or at the very least, I recorded the audio for this video a while back ago. And then I lost, I think I lost it. But considering recent events with Miss Sadia Khan, and considering I have done a video response to her before, I figured, you know what, I'll make a couple. There's two I'll make. This one and then the next one. But this one here I think is hilariously important. Maybe a little bit more important than any other scandal revolving around her, right? See, there's this conversation she had with Matthew Hussey, right? And the conversation was about forgiving cheaters. And the things she was saying in this conversation really made my ears perk up. Now, I'm going to play parts of this conversation. And then I'm going to discuss the implications here. Because there's something about, there's you know what? We'll get to it. So let's play the conversation. And let's then discuss it afterwards. So part of it goes a little something like this.
What I would say is, I don't know who cheats more or who cheats less, but I think when women cheat, there is it's more definitive, as in that it's harder for them to come backwards from cheating. I tend to, and I don't know if you guys would agree, I tend to give the advice to men that when your woman cheats on you, it's very difficult to forgive her. I wouldn't recommend it. I highly don't recommend it.
Men shouldn't forgive
Men shouldn't
her?
forgive. With women, I think there's room for flexibility depending on the causes.
This is going to get a lot of comments.
With
Okay,
men,
why should men not forgive the women they're with who cheat on them?
Because for a woman to cheat on you, it's not that she's fallen in love with another man. She's just definitely not in love with you.
Ooh, man,
and
that's
so for you to take her back is just providing her free accommodation until she meets a man she wants to fall in love with. Driving force is not the love for the guy that she's cheating on. It's the lack of love and respect for the man she's cheating on.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so when you forgive her and retry with the relationship, she's already decided she doesn't really want to be with you, but she will stay in this until she finds someone that will love her.
So if a man err and heal after someone has cheated, or do you think...
Not when a woman cheats.
When a woman cheats, you think it's a lot harder, or you just don't think it's possible?
Not possible.
Really?
Yeah, I would honestly say, from what I see, every time a man forgives a woman cheating, she eventually leaves him for forgiving her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that? It's just because of lack of self-respect? Is it a lack of...
She understands now that there is no boundaries to this relationship. Most women are under the impression that a man would leave. Men tend to think that women can be a bit softer and emotional and they can kind of convince them. Most women tend to assume men will leave because that's what they tell each other. Oh, I would never put up with it. I would never put up with it. So when she learns he's willing to accept the unacceptable, she now realizes unacceptable behavior will run with him. And therefore, there is no motivator to prevent it happening again.
I struggle with this idea that women are, once they've cheated, they just can't look at their man the same way again.
Mm-hmm.
And that they've just now fundamentally lost something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they can look at the man with love and respect and
I think they
admiration?
can look at him the same way, but not if he forgives her.
Well, but this is...
That's actually what I think is
what's really interesting
problem.
about that, Sadia, is it's a kind of... It's a real kind of almost prejudice against women and their capacity for kindness.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost the same as saying that women are just inherently more cruel than men.
But I'm saying that with the preface that they've already cheated, which
women
is a
have
lack
cheated.
of kindness.
No, I hear you. I know that. I get the scenario.
So it's a skewed. It's not women.
What you're saying is men are
women.
capable of kindness, compassion, and future connection with someone that forgives them.
Mm-hmm.
But women are not capable of such kindness.
I would argue it's not that they're not capable of such kindness, but we're talking about a market of women who already demonstrated a lack of kindness through the cheating. So in that subgroup, absolutely, they're lacking kindness.
No, I hear you. We're talking just about people who have cheated.
Yeah.
But to kind of other women in that way,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like a woman is incapable
Mm-hmm.
of having the ability to go, oh my God, I have really
Made a mistake or something.
fucked up here. I have hurt the person that I love, who loves me. I've hurt this person that I've made a vow to, that I'm in this relationship with, who didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with them. That's on me. And that, you know, if this person is kind enough, if they have the space in their heart to forgive me, I'm going to honor that.
Yeah.
The idea that that's impossible to me suggests that you feel like women are somehow missing a compassion gene
It's
that men
not that they're
have.
missing a compassion gene. They're looking for protectiveness in a way that men don't look for in women.
I think that's incredibly reductive.
But
I find that really reductive. The idea that what
find-
women are, the only thing women really care about is it. And what does protect mean exactly?
A protectiveness is like a biological, if we take it in an evolutionary sense, a protectiveness would be, from an alpha perspective in an evolutionary terms, it would be a man that protects his kin from cuckoldry. It protects his children being born from somebody else, essentially, paternal uncertainty. Now, from a primitive perspective, we look for men who not only can gather resources, but can also prevent paternal uncertainty. Now, when he's missing that fundamental, like he's not bothered about paternal uncertainty, it's not that
But he is bothered. Let's say he's brokenhearted. He's like, oh my God, I'm crushed. You're saying she would have had respect for him had he shown up at the apartment as she was about to have sex with the guy and beat him up.
No,
but given that she already did on the side and she came back, the fact that he missed the moment and he's now crushed and hurt, that's him not protecting her.
Here's the thing. Masculinity is not about availability and consistency. Masculinity is about knowing when to walk away as well from a female perspective. There are endless women who have men that message, double text, triple text. What puts them off in that moment is not his kindness and compassion. It's his unwillingness to walk away when he's being disrespected.
But you are framing forgiveness as the antithesis of masculinity.
But you are framing forgiveness as acceptance. I think forgive me if I was to do that, but accept me is a different experience.
No, forgiveness is saying this relationship means more to me than my pride or my ego. I love you. I want to make this work, and I'm going to be a big enough man to make this work in spite of this. And that makes him the bigger person. It doesn't make him emasculate. It doesn't. He's not. You're framing forgiveness as he's emasculated himself by forgiving her, and she can never get over that moment of him emasculating himself.
I believe that very, very strongly, and the reason being is that the relationship should mean loads to you, but part of you should understand, for her to do this, we don't see the relationship in the same light. Your inability to understand the importance of reciprocity is what makes you less masculine. It's not a case of forgive me all day, every day. But for me to step out on you means that this relationship means something different in your eyes than it does in my eyes.
But you're saying it's different if it's a man.
I wouldn't say it's totally different. I think the disrespect is there, but I think.
No, but you said if it's a woman, she forgives him. Or if it's a woman and she forgives him, it's fine and it can all work. But if a man forgives her,
I said it's difficult. I said it's very difficult. But I do think men can compartmentalize sex in a way women can't.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If that is truly the character of women, if we operate in a world where that's actually how women behave, that's for real how they operate. Look, I'm going to be really honest with you. Look, there's only one way you can handle a woman that operates like this. You're gonna sit here and tell me that a woman can cheat on you, and if you forgive her, it's not that she feels compassion and guilt and a desire to make things right. She then thinks of the male as weak for forgiving her. So it's not enough she cheated, but then she thinks less of the man. I'm going to tell you, so I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So if you were to ever encounter a woman like this, there's only one way to handle her, and it goes a little something like this, okay? Let me show you. I have to demonstrate this, right? Let me show you guys, okay? Because you guys don't understand. Listen, you have to understand. Genuinely, if you ever encounter a woman of such regard, there's only one thing to be done. Okay, so I want you to pay very close attention. Okay, so this right here. This is how you handle a woman like that. It goes a little something like this, right? Okay, pay very close attention. It goes a little something like this. Okay. Show me rock. That's it. That's it. Okay, fine, okay. Listen. Okay, maybe, okay. Maybe not that. Okay. But okay, so if you don't want to do that one, right? You don't want to play rock, paper, scissors, okay? This is the second way of which you deal with a woman of such regard, okay? It goes a little something like this, you ready? Pay very close attention. It goes a little something like this. If you encounter a woman that can cheat on you and then think that you're weak for forgiving, this is how you have to handle it. It goes a little something like this. Like this.
This is what go on!
Listen, I gotta tell you, when Sadia Khan sucks a dick, I gotta tell you, it must be like a pacifier to her. like everything must feel right in the world when she puts a man's dick in her mouth. Because the way she panders, to me is just so strangely and peculiarly obvious that I don't know why anyone let her get this far, save for the fact that she is a posh, attractive woman. I think that, because I'm going to be honest with you, I mean, I don't, like, she's intelligent to some degree, and she'll say some right things sometimes. But you know that whole idiom about a broken clock and all of that. But she's very clearly pandering in many different clips. And I could have gone through numerous, I don't care to. But this in particular is particularly pernicious. It's scarily pernicious. Terrifyingly so. Because if we are to honestly operate under the regard that that's how women operate, they are legitimately evil people. And people are very comfortable lambasting groups. I don't really understand how we got here in our society where people are more comfortable lambasting a group as is bad, but not really a full encapsulation of like what the actual action is or qualities that make them bad, apart from the fact they be said group. But what would make women particularly evil, you could explain that what would make them evil, truly and genuinely, if this is the case, if this is true, is that they can harm someone and then they can continue to harm them. Like, these bitches are over here like fucking Khan. Yes. They're like that nigga Khan. They're like that nigga Khan, bro. You'll be like, listen, all right, Shelly, you broke my heart, but you don't have my spirit, okay? You're gonna have to come down here. And then she's like, I don't have to come down there. I've hurt you. And I wish to go on hurting you. I can't even do it. I can't do it. Because I can't do it. Now, the reason why I'm taking a great amount of joy in this is because I find the absurdity that is how we're supposed to think of women just so laughable that somehow I'm the misogynist number one, right? Let me just, defend myself for a moment here. But also, you can't have a relationship with that creature. That creature. Because only a creature could harm someone. Only a demon could hurt someone so badly and then spit in the face of their grace. People love to tear men down, but what it really is just propping themselves up by proxy. That's all it is. Calling another man a simp is just to say, I not be simp, so that means I good. I good because he's simp, and I not simp, so I good. That's really all it is. Because the truth of the matter is, one, being a simp doesn't even mean you're a weak person, right? It means that you have subserviented yourself to a woman, sure. It means you've given more to a woman than she probably deserves, fair enough. But realistically, most relationships with women in our contemporary society is so hilariously imbalanced. Almost any situation you encounter, even if you think you operate with a woman with disregard and disdain, is still probably closer to simping than not. Think about it. The whole high value male thing. I have all this money and I spent all my life amassing this money. Now I'm going to give it to some bikini model who is just sexy. You know what I mean? Think. So people want to lambast men who accept cheaters back. But things can be a little bit more complex than just the fact that he's weak-willed. It can be more complex than the fact that he can't find another woman. It could be the fact, and Matthew Hussey tries to argue this in the clip, really, it could be the fact that the man truly has the strength of character to forgive and move past because his life with that woman, or all of the different things with that woman, is more important than being cheated on. Now, if you ask me personally, right, and I was going to make a separate video on this, I think I still will. I personally do think that, one, cheating is grounds for disengagement, divorce, like just there is no coming back from that. The reason why, well, there's numerous reasons why, but one very important reason why is it is biological violence. Many people do not consider cheating to be violence, but it is putting someone in a dangerous position. Even if you don't catch a disease and bring it back to your partner, you've still played around with the reality of that happening, and that person does not have the knowledge or ability to not engage with you sexually because of your subterfuge, because of your lies. That's important. It's not just a breach in trust, it's a breach in my body's protection. You could have harmed me. You could give me HIV. You could give me herpes. You could give me syphilis. Many such cases have occurred due to cheating. It's a very serious thing. So make no mistake. Me personally, I understand that if someone cheats on you, yeah, 100%, I'm with you. I ain't even gonna argue with you. But there is still something to be said about the strength of character that is possible in the kindness of forgiving a woman who has cheated. It is possibly there. Many people only see the weakness. And if Sadia, again, believes that most women operate by only seeing the weakness, the patheticness of a male who will allow me to harm him in this way and stay with him, that woman is a demon. And if you believe that women operate like this, then truly, genuinely, the only response is to continue your own way. It's not about the marriage laws. It's not about the family court system. It's not about the fact that it's a raw bad deal. It's not about the fact that women are annoying or they're expensive. It's not about the fact that women, maybe they just don't even like men. No. You don't understand. If it is the case that it is the woman's spirit and in her heart to cause you pain and misery, none of that shit matters, team. None of that matters. Who cares? Who cares? The woman's character in her brain, in her heart, in her soul, and in her spirit, she wills pain and misery. That is, if we are to accept that framework. Now, to be fair with you, do some women operate like that? Yeah. And if you were to ask me, if you were to encounter a woman who operates like that, the only way to really handle her is just something like this, man. I'm just not going to hold you. Mostly because you functionally cannot have a relationship with someone of such character. So I guess technically Sadia is right that you can't take back a cheater, right? Which becomes ironic considering the type of person she is, right? Regardless of such, to me, I don't think that it's reasonable to think of women generally of this regard. But I do think it's important to recognize that if a human being is acting like this, we can call it for what it is, being evil. And being evil in this way is to act in such selfish disregard to the pain you are inflicting upon other people. It's pretty clear. Selfish disregard to the harm you cause to another human is quite evil. And evil can be more complex than that, sure. You can come up with multiple different definitions. But the fact remains, the ability to disregard someone's kindness after you hurt them, that you then punish them furthermore after you hurt them, shows such a lack of guilt and remorse. It's almost painful to imagine what type of black, dark heart would have to exist. And too many people are very comfortable with painting women as just biological survivalists who just want to use men who are bound by their hypergamy or just bound by the need for masculine males. That we don't ascribe actual morality and some degree of kindness and compassion to their activity. That women should have some moral compelling nature to not cheat on someone and then lambast and then think lower of them if they should forgive her. That woman should be held easily as just a demon. And the idea that we then display that and paint that out as to women as a class, as which Sadia was trying to do, that this is a woman thing that happens, is absurdity, okay? Women, if they are to operate like that, then my friends, all that is left is the destruction of the human race. You have to be comfortable believing that. You have to be comfortable in believing that that creature, that demon, does not get to reproduce. Or we could be a little bit more fucking reasonable and say that maybe some women may operate like this. Some of them do. And that those women are bad people. We can say them, their character is piss poor. But we cannot accept that this is how women are. That this is what they be. They be as a creature who has this strong predilection only to masculine strength, as if they understand the concept. Women are so laughably stupid when it comes to the concept of strength, character, morality, and heroism. I don't even, like, women don't, it doesn't even clock to women. Like, it's like a different frequency in their brains. I've started thinking about this, and I'll make another video about this, but I don't understand what it is. Their brains do not clock on the frequency of morality very often. This is very true. And that's why I think that Sadia can kind of say this and not really stop to understand what she projected there. And what she projected there was a very malicious being. And I wanted it to be clear that you cannot date that thing. You have to start understanding, right, that this is not being a woman. This is a character problem. And I think the internet gets really far in a lot of these different group conversations. And I think I definitely have to accept some fault in my participation there. But we have to get to a point where we're able to call out the behavior and we're able to separate that, yeah, some people are just terrible and you can't date them. You can't be with them, no matter how beautiful, no matter how much you like them, no matter how much you care about them. Their character makes it not possible to be with them. You cannot be with a woman. It doesn't matter if she never cheats on you at all, because a black heart like that will think less of you for showing quote-unquote weakness instead of displaying the strength of acceptance or the strength of moving past and forgiveness. If it doesn't clock to her brain that there's a world where that's the case, that's cheating is one thing. This behavior would be found in numerous different areas of your life. Losing your job, crying at a fucking dumbass movie, getting hurt, getting sick, getting cancer. It will find itself somewhere else. A person cannot operate like that only after they've cheated and only after you've forgiven them, and then their vileness appears. Nay, that's their character. And as young men, we have to become comfortable and strong in being able to say, listen, some of these women are terrible people. Is it all of them? No, that's stupid. But anyone who should operate like that, let's stop painting whole entire groups like this. We're doing too much. The internet is doing too damn much. And to be honest with you, if you really genuinely think that that's the way women operate, game, set, match on the human race. Game, set, match on humanity. Game, set, match. We shouldn't reproduce. If we create beings that will the harm of other people continuously, no remorse, no guilt, no recognition of compassion, then I say, brothers, let this dumb shit end. The human experiment was a failure. Game, set, match. Let's close the book on it. We're the last generation. Because it set off all the nuclear bombs. We're going fallout in this motherfucker. Just bomb us all. Take us all out. Because that should not be an acceptable conversation piece on how women operate. The world should be very comfortable lambasting the fuck out of the idea that a woman could ever cheat on a man and then think less of him should he forgive her. Like, there should be a pit in your stomach at how gross of a person would have to be to operate like that. And if you think that that's all women, I leave you with this. Leave them the fuck alone. Don't talk to them. Don't even look at them. Leave them alone. If you can't understand the difference between evil and women, leave them alone. I'm just going to help you out. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. It's good. It's good, bruh. It's good. It's good, bruh. So that being said, I actually hope you guys got something out of today's video. And if you did, I don't know, man, go and click the like button. And shoot, go and click the subscribe button. Comment box below. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon.